Hey guys, what's up? Today in the Book Lab we're going to be entering the Prime Empire and taking on the Master Chef.
You f***ing donut!
Wait, wrong Master Chef. As a matter of fact, the real Master Chef is Sushimi, and he's lurking here in the scene, and if you don't watch out, he just may leap out and... Ooh, back to level 1. Alright, enough goofing off. Let's go ahead and get down to the real reason why you're here. Our little custom Sushimi minifigure. So we have our custom Sushimi and his kitchen lair, boss hideout, whatever you want to call it, in the back, and they were thanks to these lovely comments here. And Sushimi's kitchen is pretty simple, but it was a lot of fun to design, and well, it took a lot longer than I expected, and it probably set this video back about a week or so, but you know what? In the end, it was worth it, and we will take a tour of that kitchen, and we'll even have a build tutorial and whatnot at the end, so stay tuned. But first, let's go ahead and break down our Sushimi minifigure. So starting from the legs and working our way up, we have first of all his legs, which come from, I believe, one of the early Zane minifigures, if not the first Zane mini. I believe Sensei Wu also had some similar looking legs. Next up, we have his torso. Here, I just went ahead with a standard Lego City Chef's torso, and the reason for that is because I really hate taking the arms out of torsos that I really like, because it kind of tends to break the torsos. So, you know, if I'm gonna sacrifice a torso, it had better well be one that is very common. Of course, if you want to use one that's a little less common, but still looks super cool, you could also use the Okino torso from the Gamers Market set. If you have multiple of that minifigure, I'd say go ahead and use it, because that is one cool torso. You could also use one of the older Zane or Sensei Wu torsos. I mean, either one's fine. They're both going to be white. So for his head, I actually just used one of the basic Monster Fighter Monster Ash Attacker's heads. You could use pretty much any similar reddish head. You could probably even get away with like an Energy Kai or Airjitsu Kai or whatever kind of face you want to use that's red and looks kind of evil. And then for his little headpiece thingy, the piece I used is actually pretty exclusive. It comes from either the Chinese New Year Dragon Dance set or the Family Dinner. I think it was the Dragon Dance set. So it's pretty rare. I actually ordered mine from Bricks and Pieces. Of course, we do have some other cool bandana designs like the Sushi Chef from the Ninjago movie collector minifigure line. Or there's even the one from the original Pirate Buccaneer, which has a nice little red bandana, which kind of fits in with the theme here. So I guess if you don't like either of those, you could always use the Lucas Sinclair headpiece from the Stranger Things set. I guess that's also kind of exclusive, but it is available on Bricks and Pieces, or it was when Bricks and Pieces was still a thing. Of course, you don't have to stick with an exclusive headband piece. You could use one of these old classic Lego City Crook hat pieces. It's, well, not the best compared to the others, but, you know, if that's all you got, it's a pretty okay substitute until you can get the real Sushimi. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the kitchen. So as far as Sushimi's kitchen goes, it's pretty much a mystery. We've only seen 1 or 2 frames of it in the trailer for the latest Ninjago season, and we only have this description from Ninja Whip on Twitter. So as far as his kitchen goes, we pretty much have free range. We can do whatever we want, I feel like, until the show comes out, and then I'll get lots of comments like, "This video wasn't accurate at all. You ruined my childhood." I've actually never gotten one about ruining someone's childhood yet. Well, we'll keep our eyes open for that one. Anyway, so on to the design of the set here. But I didn't want to just design like a basic kitchen diorama though, because to me that's pretty boring. Like, static playsets can look cool, but they also, well, you know, they don't really do much. So of course I added in the catapult function that you saw at the beginning of the video, which launches Sushimi at the ninja. I mean, obviously this isn't a novel technique. In fact, this one I stole from the Ninjago Monastery of Spinjitzu, which has a similar technique to protect the golden weapons. So the only problem was when I originally designed this, I wanted to have it so that when you push the lever to launch the catapult, this countertop would also split and send everything flying, which I thought would be pretty cool. But the only problem was that it just didn't stop the catapult, and so the minifigure just kept going, and you know, it kind of made this ugly mess. If you can see in these test runs here, Sushimi flew just a little bit too high, but I mean, it looks super cool because it's slow-mo, so you know, I guess we can give it a pass. Finally, I decided on, well, sacrificing that play feature, and while we still have the catapult, the countertop no longer breaks, and Sushimi can fly safely through the opening here, which means no more angry calls from his agent, demanding that he use a stunt double or something, because let's face it, the Brick Lab budget does not have any room for stunt doubles. Everyone gotta do their own stunts. So as far as decoration goes, I pretty much just built it around this catapult function and threw in some details that I thought would look cool, like, for example, the teapot and teacups, a tray of sushi here, because, you know, he's Sushimi, a fish that he's about to turn into sushi, and just this random little pot that was in that shot from the trailer and I thought looked cool, plus a plate of crabs, which was from that Chinese New Year dinner set thingy, I think. I ordered it from Bricks and Pieces again. Rest in pieces, Bricks and Pieces. Sorry, lame joke. But I I do miss bricks and pieces. The only problem with this build is that it's not really a boss lair, so I also went ahead and made this little weapons rack to kind of complement the build. So originally I was going to make Sushimi's little kitchen here a much larger extension of his tiny kitchen at the top of the Empire Temple of Madness. That screenshot comes from Just Too Good's review of the set, by the way. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check out his review, because it's pretty cool. So I hated throwing out this little kitchen assembly here, so I kind of threw it into his weapons rack. It's a nice little Sushimi touch, and I do love the whole chopstick idea, which I think that's what the LEGO designers are going for. Of course, the only problem with them being chopsticks is that they are ridiculously large compared to a minifigure, and plus he can't even hold them in both hands, or he can't by themselves. However, if you want, what you can do is take a little binocular piece here, which I guess serves as like one of those, you know, minifigure version of the chopstick holders in Chinese restaurants, and he could hold them that way, which I guess is shameful for someone who claims to be a sushi chef, but it gets the job done. So if you're wondering about this little gizmo up here, he's a custom version of the little sushi robots that Sushimi has at his disposal, in the set anyway. He's a pretty simple build. All I had to do was take one of the Mixel face tiles and put it on top of a couple plates and clips and a little round brick for good measure to imitate the sushi, and there we go. It's not 100% accurate at all, but it has a nice little goofy personality, and I really love it. In fact, the only thing I don't like about this little character here is that he cannot be launched using Sushimi's platform. Trust me, I tried, and every single time. Anyway, so leaving that little guy alone, next we have Sushimi's weapon rack here. And it's a simple little design. We basically have this little brick built stand that holds his cleavers and the armor. Anyway, that's really it for this build. I should probably clean it up before we go for our final shot here. Make it look less like the ninja just came through and kicked Sushimi all over his own kitchen. Anyway, so that's about it for our little overview here. If you want the build tutorial, stay tuned. I do have that coming up next. There's a part list in the description, so download it, gather your bricks, and let's cue the music and get to building. Anyway, with that, we've wrapped up our tour of Sushimi's little kitchen. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all that other good stuff. And if you want to see more of my content, please feel free to check out the other videos on my channel, and feel free to also check out the Twitter and Instagram for behind-the-scenes content and other nonsense and stuff like that. That's it for today. I will see you guys next time.